I went into my entire closet and did what you'd call like a spring cleaning. It was really interesting. I was in the closet and I'm like, I want to hold on to stuff that doesn't even fit me anymore. How many things in my life am I holding on to that don't fit anymore, that I don't even want anymore? What beliefs do I have that no longer fit, no longer feel good, no longer look good, no longer are good? Like an old sweater that doesn't even fit anymore and it doesn't look good anymore. Only you think it does. After I cleared it out, it created space for the new. Audit some of your relationships. So let's just be honest. You're holding on to them because they've always been there, but you know darn well they don't serve you. They're toxic, they're traumatic, they drain your energy, they don't give you energy. Here's a big one. Audit your regrets. What regret are you holding on to that if you cleared it out of your life, it would make room for a whole new you? Sometimes you got to pull everything out of your life and just look at it. You go, well, I'm busy. So what? You're going to die someday. Being busy is not an excuse to live an intentional life, a new life, a better life, a brighter life, a more energized, exciting, rich, peaceful, deep life. You're going to allow busyness to do that? Stop it. Stop it. In a real closet, we outgrow clothes. In life, we outgrow relationships, jobs, beliefs, and we even outgrow our dreams. Ask, does this still fit who I am now? Not everything or everyone is meant to come with you into your next season. You deserve a life where everything in your closet fits, flatters, or feels like you. Fits, flatters, or feels like you. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. Period. End of story. Hey, it's Ed Mylett. Let me share something powerful with you. You know, in uncertain times, the smartest people I know protect what they've built. That's why Advantage Gold is a part of our program now. And what I love about what they're doing is they're giving away a free gold and silver investor kit that walks you through exactly how to get started. Text WIN to 85545 to get your free kit. That's WIN to 85545. Don't wait for the next crash. Be the one who's ready. Protect, prepare, and prosper. Message and data rates may apply. Performance varies. Always consult your financial and tax professional. All right, hey everybody, welcome back to the show. So today we're going to do some spring cleaning, and I think today is going to be one of these podcasts you remember for a long time. I know I will. So, got to tell you what just happened. We're blessed the fact that we live between two different locations, and so we spend about half the year at one place and half the year at the other. And so I had to go into my closet last week, and I was going to do some packing to move some of my clothes to the home we were going to move to. And it turned into a complete closet cleaning. And so I went into my entire closet and did what you'd call like a spring cleaning. But I mean, I went to town on this stuff. And it was absolutely an unbelievable experience. I don't know if you've ever done this, but I had not cleaned out my closet in years. And you learn a lot about yourself when you do that. And you learn a lot about your habits in your life. And there was this giant reflection I had on my own life and the difference that it made in doing this and how much I needed a spring cleaning in my life. And I think maybe you do as well. You know, it was really interesting. I was in the closet and I'm like, I start to want to hold on to things that I haven't worn in a decade. I want to hold on to stuff that doesn't even fit me anymore. And I'm thinking, how many things in my life am I holding on to that don't fit anymore, that I don't even want anymore? And I was just accumulating. So I'm going to talk about this in a video I'm going to send you in a minute, but I had like shoes that are 10 years old, hats that are dirty that I never wear anymore. I mean, in fact, 80% of the stuff in that closet I didn't wear anymore. It no longer fit me, no longer served me, no longer looked good, never didn't feel good anymore. And yet I hold on to things. And just because I have them, just because they've always been there. Well, how many things in your life is that way? How many things in your life are that way that you're holding on to just because they've always been there? Or maybe they're going to come around again. And you don't even know why you're holding on to them again. It's a sense of connection or a sense of something. But I start to think about, what thoughts am I having that don't serve me anymore? What goals, what relationship, what friends, what beliefs do I have that no longer fit, no longer feel good, no longer look good, no longer are good? The time is long past, but I was struggling to be willing to throw these things out. Here's the cool thing, by the way, you're going to hear in a minute. After I cleared it out, it created space for the new. It was one of the great experiences I've had in years. And I learned a lot about how I hold on to things I don't need anymore, that I don't even like anymore. And we do this in our lives. We do it a lot. We hold on to people, jobs, careers, dreams, thoughts, beliefs, emotions that don't feel good anymore, don't fit anymore, but we never take a look at it because they're just there every single day. And they clutter up our lives. They clutter our creativity. They clutter our clarity. They clutter our soul, our spirit. It's a mess. And yet when you clean it out, it opens up something so remarkable, so special. And you'll also find out the older you get, you hold on to more of it. You hold on to more stuff, more beliefs, more thoughts, more victim mentality, more limiting beliefs. You just hold on to them, and they become really familiar, like an old sweater that doesn't even fit anymore, and it doesn't look good anymore. Only you think it does. And so today, here's what we're doing. We're throwing open the metaphorical closet doors of our lives. We're going to pull out what no longer fits, making space for a life that truly feels like home. It's time for a little spring cleaning of the soul. So grab a metaphorical garbage bag with me today, and let's get a little ruthless, a little refreshing, and a little real. We're going to be cleaning out the closet. You start thinking right now, what no longer fits? It's no longer necessary in our lives. An audit of doing that. I was so excited about this after it happened the next day, which was yesterday. I was in the backyard and I'm like, this is so fresh on my mind and my soul. I did this in a podcast a few weeks ago I shared with you. I'm like, I'm going to record how this feels and what I'm thinking right now because I don't think it'll be as good tomorrow when I actually shoot the show. So I'm going to throw, if you're on YouTube, you'll see my outfit change here to me in my backyard yesterday talking to all of you. If you're on audio, you'll just hear it. But I want you to hear about 6 minutes of my thoughts that I recorded yesterday on this spring cleaning of our lives in the closet that I went through. I think there'll be a lot of lessons in this, and it was fresh, so I wanted to record it on the spot and not wait for today. So let me throw it to that video and audio right now. Enjoy. I did kind of a spring cleaning in my closet yesterday. Actually, not kind of, a full spring cleaning. And I went through everything in my closet. And it's amazing what we'll hold on to in our life that doesn't fit us anymore. And I had all kinds of hats in there that were dirty, and I found this thing sitting around that I'd never even worn. I bought it and I never wore it. But the point is, there's a bunch of old shirts and clothes in there that I'm never going to wear again, but I've been holding on to them. Some of them literally don't even fit me anymore. And I was thinking about life and how often do we hold on to things that don't fit us anymore? All the time. We hold on to belief systems that don't fit us anymore. Even dreams, old dreams of ours, they don't fit anymore. You put them on, they don't even feel right anymore. They look dated, it looks old. Some of it really even looked silly. Some of it was, I can't even believe I ever wore that. I even thought about wearing that. And that's so many elements of our life. We hold on to things that no longer serve us, that no longer fit. And we should get rid of them. And so it was really hard for me. I'm like, well, I might wear those shoes again. I'm like, I haven't worn those shoes in 3 years. I had some shirts in there I was arguing with myself about holding on to that I haven't worn in 10 years. Seriously, 10 years. And then you know what, ironically, there was a couple other things in there that I hadn't worn in a long time that looked damn good, that I had to try back on again, that fit really well right now. The times come back around. You know, if you keep something long enough, they say. That's not true of my t-shirts. It's not true of some of my suits. It wasn't true of a bunch of my hats and ties. But a few things really fits well now. In fact, fits better now, looks better now. So in our life, I was asking myself this all night, and I was talking to some friends about it as well, and my son. What are we holding on to in our life that no longer fits us? That we're literally, we know for sure doesn't fit anymore. Is it a dream? Is it a belief system? Is it a person? Is it a job? Is it even the entrepreneurial journey you're on right now? It doesn't fit anymore. The job doesn't fit anymore. The relationship doesn't fit anymore. The belief system doesn't fit anymore. Maybe it's an emotion. Like for me, I was so intense and driven and climbing as a young man. It served me and fit me very well then. That same level of intensity and drive, it doesn't fit quite the same anymore. Right now, you know what fits really well? Contribution, peace, equanimity, presence. That fits. And some of those other things in the proverbial closet of our lives and our minds take up room and clutter our thinking. And when I made room yesterday after I cleaned out the closet, I looked around the closet, I'm like, there's a lot of room for new things in here now that
I would have never thought about putting in there had I not cleaned it out. And so one of the great benefits of cleaning things out of our lives that never serve us is it makes room for the new. And sometimes you just got to clean some stuff out. Maybe it's people that you work with that no longer should be working with you anymore. Maybe it's clients you're holding on to that they don't serve it anymore. They don't serve your mission anymore. And I couldn't believe how much it made room for the new. Not only did it not fit, but it made room for the new. I would challenge you to really evaluate right now, today, what are some of the people, thoughts, emotions, beliefs you have? Maybe it's even some clothes. Some things you do every day that don't fit anymore. Like, I'll give you one other example. I went into the gym this morning. Everyone knows I've got a bad back, really bad back. And I'm like, all these heavy weights that are in here, they don't fit anymore. I'm never going to lift them again. I'm not going to bench 400 pounds ever again. I don't need all the weight that's in here. In fact, if I cleared out some of these weights, I could put in a stretching machine. If you cleared out some of these people in your life, it would make room for the new. You cleaned out some of these beliefs that limit us. It makes room for the new. In fact, I'm so passionate about it, I think I got to do a podcast on this, and I'm pretty sure I need to build a talk around it. I might even write a chapter in a book about it. Here's the other thing that struck me. There were some things in there, that looked really good again, that I hadn't looked at in a long time because of the clutter. Maybe there's something you used to think you wanted to do that you just never got around to doing, or somewhere you wanted to go, something you wanted to accomplish, and just life happened and you never got around to it again. And maybe it fits perfectly right now. Maybe right now is the time to go back and put that back on again. See how it feels. See how that dream feels. See how that thought feels. See how that old friend you haven't seen in years, see how it feels. Maybe you got to clean a few out to make room for the old even. Sometimes it's not even just making room for the new. Perhaps it's making room for the old. Anyway, I found a couple suits in there. They look really good. I'm going to wear them on again. And so, I just want you to really think about that this week. What do you need to clean out to make room for the new? Maybe there's one or two things that make room for the old. It's something you were always going to do that you just forgot, or you never did, or it just never happened the way you thought. Maybe there's a space for it now if you clean some things out. What are you holding on to right now that no longer fits? Think about that this week. God bless you. Max out.
All right, so there you go. Hopefully you enjoyed that, and I really wanted to record it for you in the time that I had it right on my heart and on my mind and in my spirit. So what I'm challenging you to do today is a little bit of an audit. Take a look at your beliefs, number one. What things do you believe, maybe even unconsciously, that are subtle, that you don't need to believe this anymore? You don't need to think this anymore. You don't need to hold on to that anymore. Maybe it's a limiting belief. Maybe it's something you believe about yourself, or you believe about other people. You believe you need somebody, or you always been there, so you're always going to be. Audit that belief. Audit some of your relationships. What relationships, let's just be honest, you're holding on to them because they've always been there, but you know darn well they don't serve you. They're toxic. They're victims most of the time. They're traumatic. They drain your energy. They don't give you energy. Maybe it's your intimate and personal relationship. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's something in your family. Maybe it's one that you need to reconnect with. Maybe it's one that's kind of, you've let go away for a while. And the more you think about it, that old sweater looks pretty good right now. I found some suits in there, like I said, that they really look good, and I haven't worn them in a long time. They fit. And maybe there's a relationship that you've allowed to kind of just drift away that really fits at this time in your life right now, and you need to repair it and fix it and bring them closer again. And when this podcast is over, you're going to give them a call or a text and say, I miss you. How about auditing your emotions? What are some of these emotions that are cluttering up the closet of our lives that if we would clear them out, it would make room for the new? Maybe it's your career you need to look at, your activities, your hobbies, your activities daily. For example, I've cold plunged every morning forever. I don't need to do that every day now. I do it 3 days a week. There's actually some benefit to stopping what they're telling me physically. In the gym, there's just things I've been doing in the gym forever because I've always done them. But as I'm spring cleaning, kind of looking at those weights, I mentioned those heavy weights. I'm still going to lift heavy weights on some lifts, but some I'm not. And there are things I've really never done in the gym very much, like stretch, that I need to add to my routine. I've made room for that by not doing 100 sets of bench press all the time. How about this? Audit some of your traumas and what you're holding on to about that, wounds that you have. Here's a big one. Audit your regrets. What regret are you holding on to that if you cleared it out of your life, it would make room for a whole new you? This is so healthy. It's so good. First off, my closet looks a lot better. I'm kind of ordering some new clothes now. I'm excited about the new. I found some old things I like, and I feel good about myself that I've shed these things. It's almost like a weight. It's almost like there's just so much old there. You know, we're constantly regenerating our skin all the time. Our bones, our skeletal system, our digestive tract, our lungs, these remake themselves on a regular basis. It's a nature. 8 years from now, you won't have the same lungs you have right now, literally, right? Yet, on a cellular basis, we're turning over millions and millions of cells all the time. Yet, we hold on to things in the closet of our lives all the time. By the way, I not only think this is a good metaphor, I think you should go clean out your actual closet. I think that process alone would teach you something about you. So, hey guys, one of the things I love is when technology can revolutionize an old industry. And I think we'd all agree one of the industries that needs a lot of revolution in a lot of ways is the medical industry. And ZocDoc's doing that in this sense. I love it. One of the hardest things to do in the world is to find a doctor that you click with that takes your insurance, by the way, and that's local. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click to instantly book an appointment, typically in 24 to 72 hours. We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much more. Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking. You can even score same-day appointments. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/Mylett to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/Mylett. ZocDoc.com/Mylett. Anything you've seen me do online, Shopify's probably been involved in it. I was at a speaking engagement this weekend. There were 3 other very prominent influencers there. And each of them were talking about how they use Shopify in their businesses right now, this day, just like I do. Shopify is the commerce platform behind millions of businesses around the world, and 10% of all e-commerce in the U.S. is Shopify. Household names like Mattel, Gymshark, to brands that are just getting started with no clients yet. And so I can tell you, Shopify is something you need to investigate to help you with your business online. Best yet, Shopify is your e-commerce expert with world-class expertise in everything from managing inventory to international shipping to processing returns and beyond. Turn your big business idea into, with Shopify on your side, sign up for your 1-month, $1 per month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/Mylett. Go to shopify.com/Mylett. Shopify.com/Mylett. You know what's surprising too, like I said, is what looks good again. After I cleaned out the closet, one thing I realized is I made a lot of room for new things, and it just gave me space to think. It was just amazing. I want to recommend this to you. Sometimes the reason we can't see forward is because our life is so cluttered with the stuff that no longer serves us. So take inventory honestly. Just cleaning a real closet, you have to pull everything out first. Pull it all out first and then look at it like a new space. Sometimes you got to pull everything out of your life and just look at it. You go, well, I'm busy. So what? You're going to die someday. Being busy is not an excuse to live an intentional life, a new life, a better life, a brighter life, a more energized, exciting, rich, peaceful, deep life. You're going to allow busyness to do that? Stop it. Stop it. Listen to what I'm saying today as your friend. I do this show, mainly to talk out loud myself, but at the same time is to save you what I've gone through and to serve you. In life, this means taking a good, honest look at all your commitments you've made, habits, relationships, thought patterns. What's actually in there? What's actually in your commitments? What have you been committed to for a long time? You don't need to be doing that anymore. You just do it because it's autopilot. You've been sitting on that board or going to that place forever. You just go because you go. Drop it. Throw it away. Give it away. One of the cool things was we gave away a lot of this stuff. Some of it was ungiveawayable, but most of it was. It's just a different stage. Are you not understanding that there's different seasons and stages of life, and it's good to change? So that's number one. Number two, identify what no longer fits. In a real closet, we outgrow clothes. In life, we outgrow relationships, jobs, beliefs, and we even outgrow our dreams. Ask, does this still fit who I am now? Number three, recognize what's worn out. Some things are comfortable being worn thin, but things like old coping mechanism, outdated goals, resentments, they may have served a purpose once, but now they need to be retired. I just had these friends that got divorced a long time ago, and they've just been at each other's throats and resentful of each other for a long time. Both of them have their story justifiably at why that's the case. And I mean, it's been like 20 years. And then I ran into one of them not too long ago, and they're like, we've reconnected. We're great friends. We had dinner. My boyfriend and his girlfriend and his wife are actually very friendly as well. And it was time to not hold the grudge anymore. It made sense to do it once, but like for how long? And it made room for this new relationship. And it was just, by the way, both of them said it was kind of like a little bit of a piano off my back, like a weight off my back. Number 4, it allows you to do this. Make room for the new. You can't welcome new opportunities, healthier relationships, or better habits if you're stuffed with old baggage. Clearing out makes space physically, mentally, and emotionally. Do it. Number 5, be willing to donate or toss it. Donate or toss it. By the way, in the closet thing, it's donate it or toss it. In real life, what does donate mean? You know what you've learned from doing it? Donate that thought to somebody. Hey, you know what I learned? You know what I found out? And share it with somebody. Give it to them as a gift. Here's the gift I got. Let me give it to you from doing it. And maybe it's just tossing things out. Some things you can repurpose, but others just need to go. Not everything or everyone is meant to come with you into your next season. Let me say that to you again. Not everything or everyone is meant to come with you into your next season. I'm 54 years old. My birthday was this weekend at the time I'm recording it. Actually, it was yesterday. And I looked back at my life. You kind of tend to do that as you get a little bit older. And I've thought about all the amazing friends I've had over my life. Some of them very close friends. And some of them just were not as close anymore. Does that mean that wasn't a real friendship? Or it wasn't sincere or genuine? No. It just means I'm not riding with them to the end. But man, what a beautiful season of my life it was to be their friend then. And by the way, if they needed me or I needed them, I could call them. But you know what I mean. You have to hang on to these things if it's just no longer the season. It doesn't mean you're not friends. It doesn't mean it wasn't special or isn't special. But think about people that have passed away. When they get to the end of their lives, it's a very small group. That doesn't mean all their friends and experiences and memories throughout their life weren't beautiful. But it may not be this time. We tend to hold on to these things as if we'd feel guilty if we didn't have it. There are some people that will be with you to the end, but not most. They have new seasons, you have seasons. Things change. Be willing to donate or toss. Number 6, organize what you end up keeping. Once you know what's truly important, restructure your life around it. New routines, better boundaries, clearer priorities. These things matter. Once you figure out what's important, you got to organize it. You got to get serious about it. You got to make new memories. You got to get new focus, new goals, new standards, new patterns, new habits. This is exciting stuff, by the way. We should clean out our closet every couple years, maybe once a year. And we should do this in our lives on a regular basis as well, which leads me to number 7. Set a maintenance schedule. Spring cleaning's great, but regular check-ins prevent clutter from building back up. I don't want to just do this every 10 years or only when I move. Do you know what I'm saying? Every time a friend of mine, John Gordon, is just moving recently, he's building a new home, and he's like, I just can't believe what we hang on to in our lives. And it's the same exact thing. He's like, I can't believe what we hang on to. It's just so silly. I said, you're right, bro. It's sentimental. And it's okay to be sentimental to holding on to pictures of your family, but it's not sentimental to hold on to a victimhood or hold on to limited thinking. Or hold on to the past, or replay the past. Remember when. That's what you want to do with your life? Or is it, let's do something great now. Let's make the new memories now. So spring cleaning's great. Got to do it regular. Also, maybe it's a monthly life closet audit. Maybe once a month you just go through your life closet. Are you still aligned with your purpose and your values? Or you need to make a shift? You deserve a life where everything in your closet fits, flatters, or feels like you. Fits, flatters, or feels like you. If the people around you don't flatter you and make you better, I don't mean compliment you. I mean that relationship makes you better. Like a good shirt that fits right flatters you. A great pair of shoes flatters you. It makes you look better. Do your relationships do that? Does your significant other do that? Do your friends do that? Right? Your career, does it fit anymore? Your beliefs, do they fit anymore? I'll give you a closet confession of mine. I need to drop something I've been doing for a long time. And it's my stage of life. But this will give you an example of doing the hard work. So, I had different things I evaluated. But I had to ask myself, what's the thing I do that I've been doing that's been in my closet 20-something years, 30-something years, heck, maybe all 54 years, that's really takes away my presence. My current priorities are not a couple $100 million more dollars. My current priorities are peace, presence, contribution, equanimity, as I said in the video I threw to. What takes from that? And do the real work, Ed Mylett, not the surface answer. Dig it deeper. Ask a second question. Ask a third question of yourself. And I came up with it. It's hurry. I don't need to be in a hurry anymore. In my 20s, I was in a hurry. In my 30s, I was in a hurry. In my 40s, I was in a hurry. And you know what? That hurry served me well in many, many ways. It robbed me of a lot of presence. I don't know that it was a good thing. But it certainly helped me become wealthy and influential and protect my family and, have whatever accomplishments or whatever, that stuff. I don't want to be in a hurry anymore. I asked myself, where exactly are you in a hurry to get? I asked myself that in the backyard after I shot that video that you listened to. What exactly are you in a hurry to get to? You've been in a hurry all your life to get somewhere else. Stop. It doesn't fit anymore. You're 54 years old. You've made a lot of money. You've helped a lot of people. You don't need to be in such a damn hurry. Slow down a little bit. This was like Spirit, God talking to me. Thank you, Jesus, for that insight. I am dropping hurry from my life. Now, for some of you, you need to get in a hurry. But in my case, and by the way, I've been having that one in my closet maybe forever. That is not an easy one to throw out. It just doesn't fit. It doesn't feel right. It doesn't flatter me. It doesn't get me my new goals. It got me my other ones. It doesn't get these. Hurrying doesn't bring you more peace, presence, or equanimity, more memories. It doesn't. And I am working on throwing that out. I think I have, but you guys can hold me accountable to it. And I mean it sincerely. Keep, toss, or tailor. Do I keep this thing? Do I toss it? Or do I tailor it and make it different for now? Same with your clothes. You can keep a piece of clothing. You can toss it out or give it away. Or you can tailor it to fit you now. With the different things in your life, should you keep it? Should you toss it? Or can you tailor it to now? Hurrying has no space in my life anymore. None. That's tossed. It's not kept, and it ain't going to be tailored. By the way, I also recommend creating a fresh start rack at some point of your life. Fresh start rack. I got a new rack in the closet of some of the new shirts I'm ordering. I realized I don't have any cool button-up shirts. I don't have any. I got dress shirts and t-shirts. I don't have button-up shirts like I used to. So I got this new rack. It's the fresh start rack. And in your life, you can create that, a fresh start rack, and you start racking things up. They're going to be the fresh start. See, decluttering isn't just about physical space. It's about clearing room for peace, purpose, and possibility for you. Letting go doesn't mean failure, by the way. It means making space for better. And here's the thing. If it costs you your peace, it's too expensive. Period. End of story. And you know what's worth a whole lot? You. Your family, your friends, your life, your experience here. You deserve deeper, richer memories. You deserve to be reborn physically, metaphorically, all the time. And one of the things you can do is this audit today and really taking the tips and the phrases I've given you and the insights, because you're worth it. Your life is worth it. Taking some time to do this spring cleaning and clean out the metaphorical closet of your life will serve you and the people around you so deeply. Get your life together for this season, whatever that means. Maybe it's climbing. Maybe it's hurrying. Maybe it's that relationship that you need to rekindle and put back on again. Maybe it's one you need to end. Throwing out beliefs that don't serve you anymore to make space for the ones that do. I tell you all this today because it's very personal for me, and also I really love you and care about you. And I pride myself on trying to put out the best content in the world to change people's lives as I live my own with you here. All right, if it helped you today, please share the show. We're growing like crazy, but it sure would be great to see more people subscribing to different platforms. You can get on my email list if you're not, by the way, at edmylett.com. Just put your email in there so we're connected more than just through this show or social media. All right, everybody, God bless you. Max out.